Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn two programs. What is the program? The first program that is displayed on the screen. You are able to see this one. This one is the first program. Write a program that will accept a number and display it is a prime number or a composite number. Fine. So what will going to happen? The first program is write a program that will accept a number and display it is a prime number or a composite number. Before we start to understand the coding, we should understand the logic of the prime number. What is the logic? How we will find? Now, a prime number, the main logic is that a prime number can be divisible, exactly divisible. Exactly divisible means there will be no remainders, only two times. A prime number can be exactly divisible. What is the meaning of the exactly divisible? There will be no remainder, only two times. How? It is by 1 and the number and the number. What can be done? It can be divisible by 1 or by the number itself. Okay, we will take an example. Suppose we take 7. See that one? If I divide the 7 with the 1, there will be no remainder. Fine. 1. If I divide the 7 with 2, obviously there will be a remainder. If I divide the 7 with 3, there will be a remainder. If I divide the 7 with 4, there will be the remainder. If I divide the 7 with 5, there will be the remainder. If I divide the 7 with a 6, then also remainder. If I divide the 7, once again there will be no remainder. If I divide the 7, then with two numbers, it can be exactly divisible by two numbers. It is true for all the prime numbers. So this logic we are going to use it over there. What we are going to do? We are going to use this logic. Now step by step what we will do? In the first step we will accept a number. In the first step what will going to be happen? We are going to accept a number. This is the first step. What I am going to do? I am going to accept a number from the user. What is the second step? Divide the number from 1 to that number. Suppose I have accepted 5, then I am going to divide the 5 with 1, with 2, with 3, with 4, with 5, and using a counter variable I will count. I will count how many times it has been divisible. Once again. Now what I will do? First I will accept a number. Accept. Then I will divide the number from 1 to that number. With what? With 1 to that number. Fine. Second, 1 to that number. Whatever the number the user is given, I will divide that one from 1 to that number. And last step, next step, what will be count? What I will count? Count how many times it has been exactly divisible. Count how many times it has been divisible. Fine. This is the logic. Now, if the value of this count has been 2, means the number is a prime number. Fine. We are going to discuss with the code. So, first line what I have done? I have taken a input from the user. Fine. Now, in the num variable, that input has been accepted. Suppose user has given, how much it has been given? User has given 7. Fine. User has given 7. Now I start the for loop. I is equal to 1. First value, initial value is 1. How much the I will go? Num. Num means 7. Num means 7. What will be the meaning of the value of the num? Last value of the num will be 7. Means from 1, the value of the I will start from 1 and it will go up to the 7. If num mod I is equal to 0, if any time this number is divided by the I means value of the I will be 1 to 7. Means actually what will happen? 7 is going to divided with 1 to 7, and this counter variable will count how many times it has been exactly divisible. So what will happen for in this case? 7, the value of the num is 7, mod I, the first value of the I is 1, is equal to 0. Condition is true, counter variable is incremented by 1. The next value of the I will be incremented to 2. Num will be remain as 7. 2 divided by 7, no, remainder will not be 0. 7, next value of the I will be 3. Value of the num will remain as 7. 7 divided by 3, no, the remainder is not 0. Then with the 4, then also remainder is not 0. Then the value of the I will be 5. 7 is divided by 5, no, remainder is not 0. Then value of the I will be 6. 7 will be divided with the 6, no, remainder is not 0. Okay, now the value of the I will be 7, remainder is 0. This will be incremented by another one, means the value of this one will be 2. Now end if next I. If the count is equal to 2, then it is a prime, because we know that one, this variable is counting how many times the number is divisible. If it is divided by the from 1 to that number, we know that one prime number can be divisible only by the 1 and the number itself. So this can be only 2. If the value is the count is 2, then it is a prime number, else it is a not prime number. Fine. Now we'll go back once again to the next program. Now I am telling you one thing, probably in the Monday I am going to take the class through the Google Meet. What is your duty? You will go through this video, and if you have any doubts when I am going to take the class, if at first you ask me the doubt about the doubts, whatever the doubts is there. Fine. Now the next program. What is the program? Write a program that will accept it and display factors of it. Write a program that will accept and display the fact. What it will do? It will accept a number and display the factors of it. Accept a number. It should be a number. It should be a program that will accept a number and display the factors of it. We know what is a factor. If 6 I divide with 2, remainder will be, what will be the remainder? Remainder will be 0. Then 2 is a factor of the 6. Fine. If I divide the 8 with 4, what will be the remainder? Remainder will be 0. Then 4 is a factor of 8. Fine. Now we will go through the program over there. Now once again, see this one. What I have done? I have written enter a number. I have accepted a number from the user. Fine. Now what I am going to do? Once again, I am going to divide that number from 1 to that number. Means if I accept 4, I am going to divide 4 with 1, with 2, with 3 and with 4. Here what will going to happen? Here the remainder will be 0, so it is an factor. Here the remainder will be 0, so it is an factor. Here the remainder is not 0, so it is not a factor. Here the remainder will be 0, so it is an factor. Fine. Thing is clear? So I have accepted a number from the user in the variable n. Now what I have done, I start a for loop. That for loop will generate the numbers from 1 to that number. Suppose here I am going to accept 4. In the value of this one is 4. Now what will going to be happen? The value of the I will be, because I have written I is equal to 1 to n. The value of the n is 4. So it so it will generate. I will generate the number from 1 to 4. Now if n mod I is equal to 0, then it is an factor. Print factor, I have print this one, and if next I. These two programs, I think you have understood this one. Fine. Now what I am going to say, that if you have any problem in the next Google Meet class, you